outside of the DJing scene, you have a strong interest in photography. So tell us a little bit about being a photographer for Subsystem, and kind of where you see that headed in the new year. Not just for you, but for photographers looking to produce some really good stuff for the scene.
I feel like we're all our own worst critic. Because if you ask me, I would say my photos aren't. There are people that are far better than me, but I should say they're more experienced than me. But imposter syndrome, regardless of what you go for, whether it's singing, photography, DJing, hits you hard because you might actually do a good job, but we're hard on ourselves because we want to be better and we want to do better. Our reasons may be different, but at the end of the day, we want to present the best versions of ourselves. If I look at a photo of the first time that I took for sub, yeah, compared to now, it's funny because Merle, if you're still here in the chat, I sent you that photo. It's disgusting compared to what I can do now. I'm better with my photo editing. You know, I'm better when it comes to framing people. Much like with DJing, I found my style, I found my groove. But much like how I had to learn from those wonderful 13 people on with differing interests and their own ways of how they figured it out, it was kind of the same for me. Gradually, if you look, Merle, shut up. He said you're always amazing. Um, it took me a while to kind of figure out for myself. There, Luna was the old photographer, and I asked her so many questions. God, I annoyed so many people as I was getting started on all these things. Um, and I would ask her for all types of tips and tricks and what do you use? Hey, my pictures are really dark. How are yours brighter? You know, and through that and hearing all those different tips and crap like that, I very slowly started to get the hang of things. Sometimes all it takes is one person to reach their hand out to you for you to really see things in a new perspective. And that's why it's so important to have an open mind. And much like how we're having open dialogue as we're talking here, you got to have open dialogue when you're learning because you can say that you know everything and then you find someone that does something super freaking cool and it just whoop goes right over your head because you've never been experienced to it, which is perfectly fine. Life is a learning experience in general.